Monday, we talked about when people weaponize your past against you. We talked about how it's about their limitation and not your worth. Well, today, we do the work. Today, we identify where your past has been weaponized and we set boundaries around it. Because you don't owe anyone your past as a weapon against you. So let's do the work. Welcome to the Season of Self-Love Podcast. I am your host, NmW&x, and I am so glad that you are here. As we continue to transform in life, so does this podcast. In Season 5, we're moving differently, more intentional, more action, less learning, more doing, less waiting, and more living. This is a space where we don't just talk about self-love, we practice it. We don't just discuss transformation, we live it. Every episode is an invitation to do the work with me, not just listen to me talk about it. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Naomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself intentionally is the foundation of true transformation. So get ready, get your journal, get your pen, because in Season 5, we're doing the work together. Now let's get started. All right, my beautiful people. So before we dive into the exercises, we're going to ground ourselves with a 60-second guided meditation. You know, today we are building our protection. We are creating boundaries around our past. So wherever you are right now, I want you to close your eyes if you can and get comfortable. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Now exhale slowly. I want you to visualize a shield around you, a protective barrier. This shield protects your present from the words about your past. Inhale. Exhale. And now I want you to say, my past is mine, not theirs. Inhale. Exhale. I set boundaries around what they can say, what they can use, and what they can weaponize. Inhale. Exhale. Say, I protect my present, I protect my future, and I protect my becoming. Now one more breath in. Release. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes and let's begin. All right, my beautiful people, if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love Podcast, it's something we do every episode just to help ground us before we get a topic at hand, all right? All right, so let's recap on Monday. Monday, we talked about the 3 ways that people can weaponize your past, right? They're stuck. One is they're stuck because they can't see your growth because they stuck in where you were. And then 2, the need for you to stay small. Need for you to feel unworthy so they can control you. And 3, that they can't compete. That they are threatened by who you are becoming. And what we learned that that's about their limitation and not your worth. So today we're going to identify where it's happening and how to set boundaries. All right? All right, so let's do exercise 1. Excuse me, let me get comfortable. We're going to call this the Weaponization Inventory. So first we need to identify where your past has been weaponized against you. So I want you to grab your journals. And today we're going to be honest. So step 1 is to list the incidents. List the incidents. Write down the specific times when someone has weaponized your past against you. And I don't want you to filter it. I don't want you to, I want you to minimize it at all. I want you to just write it. Write the truth. So write down when someone brought up your past with that situation during an argument. I want you to write down when a person used your past choice to justify them mistreating you. I want you to write down when someone reminded you of your past to humble you. Or also when social media or family or friends brought up your past to diminish you. I want you to write it down. At least 3 to 5 incidents. How many incidences was? I want you to write it down, all right? And I'll wait. Now, step 2, it's about identifying your pattern. So I want you to look at your list. And do you see a pattern? Do you see a pattern? Who is weaponizing your past the most? Is it your partner? Is it an ex? Is it a family member? Is it friends or is it strangers online? Who is it? Who is weaponizing your past the most? And then the next is, when do they weaponize it? Do they weaponize it during the arguments, when you're succeeding in life, or when you set boundaries? When do they weaponize it? And then why do they weaponize it? To control you, to diminish you, to justify the mistreatment, or is it to humble you? I want you to write it down. Write down the patterns that you see. And in step 3, name their limitation. For each incident, I want you to ask yourself, is this about me or is this about them? I want you to go back to Monday's conversation that we had. Are they stuck? They can't see past your past? Do they need you small because they are threatened by your growth? Or can they not compete? Are they intimidated by who you are becoming? For each incident, I want you to write it down, because this is about their limitation. Remember, it's about their limitation and not your worth. So I'm going to give you an example. When a family member of mine had brought up my past during an argument, that was about their need to keep me small. It wasn't about my worth. It's about their need to keep me small. Okay, now we're going to go to exercise 2, the truth reframe. Now we're going to reframe what happened using the truth. All right. So step 1, their weapon versus your truth. So for each incident, I want you to write 2 columns. Write 2 columns. One column will be their weapon, or what they said or did. And then column 2 will be your truth, the actual truth about you now. So for example, their weapon, their truth, all right? You were a sex worker. You don't deserve respect. That's their truth. That's their truth. All right. Now, my truth, I'm giving you an example. I am a coach, a mother, a business owner, a healer, and I deserve respect now. All right. All right, their column. Remember where you came from. That's to humble you. All right. My truth. I remember where I came from. That's why I know how far I've grown. And here's another one. You've made bad choices. That's theirs. That's their weapon. But here's your truth. I made choices to survive, and I'm still here. That's power. So do this for those, at least 3 of those incidents. At least three of those incidents that you wrote down. Do that. All right. Now, the next step is I want you to write your counter statement to it. So what you would say. So for each weapon, I want you to write down what you wish you had said or what you would say the next time. So I'm just going to give you a quick example. All right, their weapon. I'm going to use myself. You were in an adult industry. You don't get to have standards now. And if I could tell you how many times that I've seen that in the messages or comments, all of that. And the counter is, I am not that person anymore. I am who I am now. And I have every right to have standards. See, their weapon is to remember your past when you get too confident, you get too cocky, or you get too sure of yourself. But then your counter is, my past is exactly why I am confident, because I survived, I transformed, and I'm unstoppable. Here's their weapon. You can't judge me with your past. And your counter is, my past doesn't disqualify me from having boundaries. If anything, it's taught me exactly what I won't tolerate. So I want you to write those counter statements and say them out loud. I want you to fill them with power. Feel the power in all of them. Exercise 3 is setting boundaries around your past. Now we're going to set actual boundaries. So step 1, I want you to decide what's off limits. Decide what's off limits. Your past is yours. And you decide what's off limits for you. So I want you to complete these sentences. My past is not up for debate with whoever the person is. My past is not up for debate. The next one, I will not allow whoever the person is to bring up whatever the situation is anymore. And if someone weaponizes my past, this is the next one. If someone weaponizes my past, I will. And give the action, the specific action that you would do. So for example, my past is not up for debate with my partner. I will not allow my ex to bring up my adult industry past during arguments anymore. If someone weaponized my past on social media, I will block them immediately. All right, the next step is to write your boundary statement. Create one clear boundary statement that you can use when someone weaponizes your past. Like, for instance, I'm not discussing my past with you. So if you can't see who I am now, the conversation is over. Another one, my past is not your business. Moving forward, this topic is off limit. Or I'm not that person anymore. If you can't accept that, then we can't continue with this relationship. Or every time you bring up my past, you telling me that you can't see my present. And that's a problem That's not my problem to fix. So write down your boundary statement. And I want you to practice and say those out loud. Step 3, decide the consequence. A boundary without consequence is just a suggestion. And we can't have that. So it's like, what would you do if someone crosses this boundary? Would you end the conversation immediately? Would you leave the room, the situation? Would you block them on social media? Would you end the relationship, or would you create distance? So for each person who has weaponized your past, I want you to write this. If blank brings up, let's say Sarah. If Sarah brings up my past to diminish me, I will stop talking to her or end this relationship. If my partner brings up my past during an argument, I will leave the room and tell them we cannot continue this conversation. When you're ready to address the present issue, I will be back. And exercise 4 is the protection plan. Now we're going to create a plan when, not if, when someone weaponize your past again, because they're going to. I want your immediate response to be, when someone weaponize your past, you will pause. Don't react emotionally, and I want you to take a breath. And then I want you to recognize that this is about them, where they stuck at, where they need you to be small, because they can compete, not me. Then I want you to state 3. I want you to use your boundary statement. And then the last one, I want you to enforce. So I want you to follow through with your consequence. Write this down as your step-by-step response plan. All right, in step 2. Now, after someone weaponizes your past, what would you tell yourself? This is your self-talk to yourself. After someone weaponizes your past, what would you tell yourself? Write at least 3 to 5 affirmations that you'll use for your self-talk to yourself. This was about their limitation, not my worth. I am not who I was. I am who I am now. Their words don't change my truth. I don't owe them my past as a weapon against myself. I am worthy of respect regardless of my past. And step 3, your support system. Your support system. Who can you talk to when someone weaponizes you? Who can you talk to when someone weaponizes your past? Who will remind you of your truth and not their weapon? I want you to write down 2 or 3 people in your support system who know your journey, who see you, who you are now, who won't judge you, and who will remind you of your truth and of your worth. These are the people you call after someone weaponizes your past. And our next exercise, exercise 5. It's the release ritual. Yeah, I know how I like to do rituals, right? All right, now we're going to release the power that those weapons had over you. Step 1, I want you to write it down. Write it down on a separate piece of paper. Write down every weapon that's been used against you, every past situation that they brought up, and every time that they tried to diminish you with it. Write it all down. Write them down. And then I want you to read them out loud. Read that list out loud. And after each one, I want you to say this. This was about their limitation and not my worth. This was about their limitation and not my worth. And step 3, destroy it. Now I want you to destroy that paper. I want you to tear it up, burn it safely, shred it. I want you to physically destroy the power that those weapons had. And as you destroy it, I want you to say, I release the power of these weapons that they had over me. My past is mine, not theirs. I am reclaimed. I am unashamed. And I am protected. All right, so your commitment for this week. Your commitment for this week is to, 1, identify where my past has been weaponized, the inventory. Next, 2, reframing their weapons with my truth, with your truth reframe. 3, setting clear boundaries around your past. 4, creating a protection plan, immediate response, and self-talk, and then support. 5 is releasing the power of those weapons had on you. That's the release ritual. And 6 is enforcing your boundaries if someone weaponizes your past this week. Say it. Write it. Make it real. And if y'all want me as your accountability partner, you know what to do. DM me on Instagram on the Season of Self-Love podcast and tell me your boundary statement, your one truth reframe that felt very powerful to you, and how the release ritual felt for you. Or if you have an accountability partner, you can tell them. And I know you ask, so Naomi, what's it going to do? What this is going to create, when you set boundaries around your past, you create protection. Your present is protected from those weapons. Power, you decide what's off limits, not them. You're no longer carrying the weight of their words. That's peace. And then freedom. Your past is yours and not theirs to weaponize. All right? That's the work. That's the power, my beautiful people. All right, y'all. So here's the closing affirmations for today. And I want y'all to repeat after me. My past is mine, not theirs. I set boundaries around what they can say, what they can use, and what they can weaponize. I protect my present. I protect my future. I protect my becoming. When they weaponize my past, I recognize it's about them, not me. I state my boundary. I enforce my consequence. I am protected. I am powerful. I am free. I am reclaimed. I am unashamed. And I am unstoppable. All right, my beautiful people. So we just did some powerful work today. I hope that y'all got it down. If not, y'all know to rewind it. Go back and listen to it all over again, because you have identified where Your past has been weaponized. You've reframed their weapons with your truth. And you set boundaries. You set boundaries. You created protection. Yes. This is what taking power back looks like. This is what taking your power back looks like. So on next Monday, we're going even deeper. We're going even deeper. We're talking about reframing the word underestimated as your protection. As your protection. But this week is about enforcing those boundaries. It's about protecting your present. It's about releasing the power of those weapons that they had on you. So until next time, it is your girl, the goddess, Naomi Banks here, reminding you that your past, yours, not theirs. I want you to set the boundaries. I want you to enforce it, and I want you to protect yourself. I want you to be good to one another in yourselves, and always keep it sexy. I want you to have a good one. Remember, check out our YouTube page. All right, have an amazing Wednesday. Have a good one.
The season of self-love is brought to you by Ask Naomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery. Don't just listen. Do the work. Transform your life. For more, visit asknaomi.com or follow us on Instagram at The Season of Self-Love Podcast.